with Alex Mikas on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
Like we do each and every weekday, we sit down with a member from the community to talk about an organization or an event. And I'm very happy to welcome on a familiar voice. Dana Puttabaugh joins us on the show. And Dana, the last few times we've had you on the program, you've been able to bring an individual here with you to WTGR and what we've been calling our donor spotlight. And today you brought another individual, but this is our sponsor spotlight.
That's correct. Without our sponsor groups here in Darke County taking care of the blood drives and supporting us, it would be pretty impossible for us to have successful blood drives. So I thought I would mix it up just a little bit here today.
And today you brought?
Today I brought Mitch Eiding, and he is our blood drive coordinator for all the blood drives that we have at Midmark Corporation. And it's awesome to have him here today because he's going to help explain why it's beneficial to partner with us for their company as well as their teammates. And the other really cool thing is Midmark also recently won an award from America's Blood Centers. So they won the 2013 Excellence Award for Most Productive Blood Drives.
Wow, that's big time.
It's huge.
That's really, really exciting. Mitch, thanks so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thanks for having us, Alex. We appreciate it. And Dana, thank you for inviting us.
First off, I guess before we start to sort of talk about the award and sort of the happenings and your relationship with the CBC, how did it all start, and how long have you been involved?
Well, my job in the last 8 years at Midmark's been doing our volunteer donor stuff and all this, and this was an opportunity that we wanted to do some type of volunteer program for our teammates. And roughly about 4 years ago, I got our director of operations, Greg Molenkamp at the time, and some other folks involved, and said, hey, we want to do a volunteer thing. What do you guys, any ideas? And he brought up where they did a blood drive when he worked for Alcoa in Sydney. And so that's kind of how it sparked. And I said, well, I know Dana. Let me give her a call, see if we can do something like that. And it went from there. And
really, it's been a success ever since, as you guys have really produced some solid numbers. And Dan, it's kind of interesting on the show when we talk about the blood drives that are in the area. Mm-hmm. There's always those moments where employees only come up.
Right.
And sometimes we don't always mention those blood drives, but they're a huge part of what you do with the CBC.
You're right. It's kind of the behind the scenes, like we might tell about them in the newspaper once, but then when we talk about them on the radio, we just tell about the community drives because we're trying to get donors out to those. So our employee-only drives kind of get put by the wayside, and people do not realize actually how many blood drives we have in Darke County. So a huge majority of our drives are sponsored by companies.
And when it comes to numbers and units, these large groups like Midmark play a huge role.
They really do. You know, our goal last year was, 6,100, 6,700. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I know I should know that. But we're looking at, they give probably close to 1,000 donations a year, pretty close to that.
And Mitch, it's funny because you've done a great thing at Midmark where people can actually see what they're doing and how they're giving from just a simple vase.
Yeah, well, besides the vase in our lobby area, we have a vase with red gems in it that represent, for every donation, 3 lives are potentially saved. So when we have, let's say we collect 50 units at a drive, I take 150 gems and place them in that vase, showing representation of what that drive means to the teammates giving.
Mm-hmm. And it was nice, you were sharing a story earlier about an individual who could not make it or something that happened where they couldn't provide at your site, but they gave blood somewhere else, and they asked you if they could still contribute their gems.
Absolutely. That's just the dedication of our employees.
And Denny, you said that is just a really, really cool thing and a wonderful visual.
It is. It's great because when you walk into their front lobby at Midmark, they're right to the left. There are these 2 vases because it has grown to 2 vases. They had to add another one because they filled the other one completely full with how many lives that they have saved so far. So they start a new one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Mitch, you were saying that on average you're thinking about a vase each year? when it comes to the total?
At the rate we're going right now, we are adding a base a year. So now I have to look to see what else we can do to make it a one item area we can put instead of multiple bases. I only got a little cabinet to put this on right now. So,
but it's a good problem to have.
Yes.
And talking about Midmark responding well and being able to provide such a great thing and teaming up with the Community Blood Center, you provided a video to try and get folks involved, and that video went a long ways.
Absolutely. It's called Just Give a Little Bit Video. Several people from our Field Heat Committee, which is our healthcare committee, put this video together, and they they walk through the paces of giving blood, so that at our town hall meeting last year, where all the teammates get to find out what's going on in the company and all that, we showed the video so they understand the drive, so they know what to expect when they get there. And let me also state too, if it wasn't for our employees, we wouldn't have this drive. They're the ones giving the blood up. I'm just here making it happen, I guess. But it's our teammates that make the difference. So
and a huge difference that is. As again, we're talking with the Community Blood Center this morning, and Dana Putabala joining us. She brought in a big sponsor is Midmark Corporation, and Mitch Eiding have stepped forward and talking about their experience with the CBC. Now, Dana, okay, let's go back to this award.
Okay.
Because this wasn't anything locally. I mean, we were talking across the whole board and a lot of players, and this is a big deal.
Right. It was from American Blood Centers, and that is comprised of blood centers who are nonprofit organizations across the United States. And I believe over 60 nominations were put into the category, and Midmark came out on top.
And Mitch, did you know about this? I mean, because we were just sort of talking about how you're kind of just starting. You're in the first couple of years of sort of getting this implemented amongst the company and your workers. And then here you are winning this really significant award. Was it something you were striving for, or how did that sort of play out?
Alex, I had no clue, one, that this award was even available. And we've only been doing this since 2011. And their marketing guy from Dayton came up one evening during our night drive and said, we want to do a little feature story called the Night Owl thing. And so he was asking a lot of questions, not even thinking about it until they showed up in February saying, oh, by the way.
And it's neat because we're going to have a little bit of a celebration later in the month. Well, I guess I should say looking at July, as here we are last day of June. But this is going to be July 31st, where it's actually the presentation?
That's correct, because we haven't had the award in hand yet to be able to present them. We let them know about the award. We now have that award in hand, so we were able to get everybody together to be able to present that award. So we'll be doing that at one of the blood drives at Midmark on July 31st.
That's awesome. Now, we were talking about the vase. We've talked about the award, but the numbers. How many blood drives are we talking about for Midmark throughout the year?
We do 18 drives a year, Alex. 12 of them are on our day shift, and it's 2 rotations. So every month we have a blood drive, but it's the shift over. And then at nights, on our night shift, we have just every other month. So that's 18 drives.
Yeah.
Now, amongst the people that are giving, what's the feedback there? I mean, I'm sure it's got to be a luxury to sort of go to work and to stay at work and not have to go somewhere else or maybe call off early. It seems like a really good setup.
It is. From our standpoint of view, what we see is we do get more participation from people if we can have a blood drive at a workplace, because it is convenient. And sometimes, everybody's schedule is so busy nowadays, to fit one more thing in makes it really, really hard to do. And for a company's standpoint, it's huge as far as what they are doing to be able to allow their employees. And I'll let Mitch, kind of highlight on that a little bit.
We just appreciate the Community Blood Center working with us. They're a great partner. Dana is awesome to work with. If we have something we're seeing different in our assembly areas, and we need to make a time adjustment or slide adjustments, they're there for us. They're there to work with us. It's just a phenomenal partnership that we have going here.
And it was funny. We were talking before the show, and you'd mentioned that sometimes in a situation where it's at the KFC, which is just across the way,
Correct.
some people who are accustomed to doing a Midmark almost forget about it because you have a busy life.
Right. Yeah. Prior to having them at Midmark, what the biggest thing was, I'll go over there after work if I remember. They get in their car, they maybe had a rough day, or thinking of, hey, I got to hit my son's baseball game tonight or whatever. They totally forget to go to the blood drive over there. By allowing them to donate during work hours, it's much better. And I think we're now up to 185 employees giving.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is tremendous. And sort of talking about the sponsor spotlight, Mitch, some encouragement to somebody who's out there, maybe another group, a company that is looking to find something, and maybe this might be an avenue. I mean, it seems like you've really enjoyed your partnership with the CBC.
Oh, absolutely. It's just one that has blossomed over the last 3 years, and it's something. It shows to the community or your customers or your partners, hey, we're here to work with other nonprofits or donating blood or changing lives. It's just, and that's something at Midmark we believe in. Plus, we're a healthcare company. It's healthy giving blood. That's our big tie-in.
And Dana, for groups out there that might want to get involved or call, I mean, we always throw out the fact of donor time and the website and number. But if I'm a company, I'm an organization that wants to help out. I mean, you have a lot of them.
Yes, I do. I have probably over 75 sponsor groups. And as I shared before, without the sponsor groups for all of our blood drives, whether it's the community, whether it is for a business, these blood drives just would not be possible.
And if a sponsor is looking to get involved, they just contact you?
Absolutely. They can call me at 997-2199. You can also get on our website at givingblood.org, and it also has contact information on there for me.
Some great stuff. As again, the sponsor spotlight, Midmark Corporation, joining Dana Puttabaugh today as a community blood center in the spotlight. And big thanks to Mitch Eiding joining us. We're going to have more as we got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk about the different spots where you can give blood here in the near future in Darke County. 11:22 the time. This is Tiger Country.
The Community Ties program continues with Alex Mikas on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
At 11:25 is the time. We got a few more minutes left in Community Ties as we're sitting down with the Community Blood Center. Dana Puttabaugh has joined us on the show, and also Sponsor Spotlight. We were talking about Midmark Corporation and their relationship with the CBC and their recent success and an award that they achieved back in 2013 as Mitch Eiding also in the WTGR studio. And Dana, okay, we got a lot of things happening here. We have the CBC campaign, and then also we got a car that someone's going to come away with later in the year.
That's correct.
And we got a whole long list of blood drives for July.
We do. We have several coming up. So we're going to kick it off tomorrow here in Darke County, which is pretty exciting. July 1st, we're going to be at the American Legion Post, 325 North Ohio Street from 12:30 to 6:30. Again in Greenville for a morning drive on Thursday, July the 3rd, just in time before 4th of July. We'll be at Kroger's from 9 to 12. And we'll be on our little minibus, so we just pull up out in front of Kroger. A lot of times people wonder where we have those. The next week, Tuesday, July the 8th, we'll be at Greenville Church of the Brethren. They're located at 421 Central Avenue. We'll be there from 12:30 to 6:30. That is sponsored by the Greenville Education Association. Then on Monday, July 14th, we'll be at Union City. That is sponsored by the Union City Lions Club, and that will be from 2:30 to 6:30. We'll have a Saturday blood drive in Arcanum on July the 19th at Faith United Methodist Church. That is from 7:30 to 11:30. And then we're going to end the month out in Versailles on Monday, July 21st from 12:30 to 7. We'll be at at the KFC hall there. And that will be sponsored by Midmark Corporation and the Versailles High School NHS students.
All right, great stuff. And then also, it's important to throw out there that those that give blood are going to be coming away with a shirt. This is a very interesting
Fun.
Summer-oriented Donorita-ville.
Donorita-ville. Says, relax, lay back, donate. Giving is easy t-shirt, and it has a
parrot.
Yeah, I'm not sure that if it's parrot or if there's another proper name, because I could be wrong on my bird. But he is holding an ice cream cone.
All right, and then folks that also sign up got a chance to win a car.
They do. That is our great summer promotion that we have going on, and that runs from May 30th until September 30th. So got a little extra month there added for a chance to win that car this year.
And that's a 2014 Chevy Cruze.
Yep, cruise into summer.
Very cool. Dana, every time you come on the show, you always try and bring some interesting facts and sort of wrap up the show with those facts.
I do. I have a few for you here today. Blood makes up about 7% of your body's weight. The average whole blood and red cell transfusion is about 2.7 pints, and approximately 1 in 7 people entering a hospital need blood.
As we wrap up, a big thanks again to Midmark Corporation's Mitch Heiding coming on the show for the sponsor spotlight. And Mitch, sort of your final thoughts and anything that you want to throw out there as we conclude the show.
All I want to say is if you have an opportunity to give blood, please donate. It's always needed. The neatest thing about giving blood is after you give blood and you get a phone call from the CBC saying your blood was used at such and such hospital, and they say thank you. It just makes you feel that, hey, I made a difference today.
Dana, your final thoughts.
I just want to thank everybody, our sponsor groups, our donors, and our sites for supporting us and having very successful blood drives here in Darke County.
Those that are trying to find out some more information or sign up to give blood, they can do that by?
They can call 1-800-388-4483. They can call me locally at 997-2199, or you can go online at givingblood.org.
Also, donortime.com, a good website.
That works as well.
Hey, Dana, Mitch, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks,
Alex.
All right, tomorrow on the program, we're going to be talking about the 4th of July as we're going to have a couple of fine individuals from Ansonia that will be joining us to talk about their July 4th festivities. Look forward to that just after your 11 o'clock news. Up next, your Midday Farm Show.